Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing a deck called Lifegain Midrange, which is a weird combination of both like low-end Cleric Lifegain and Midrange Angel Lifegain. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, a person who's woken up more than 10,000 times and still isn't used to it, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, posted by the MTGA-Assistant-Meta they called it Mono White with a 61% win rate. And after playing it, I realized it's a Lifegain Midrange. It's a nice mid-rangey kind of deck. We got our stuff going from 1 all the way up to 5. And it grows. There's a little bit of ramp if you're playing the Angel half of it. But we got a bunch of low-end clerics going all the way up to mid-range clerics, and with synergy based on life gain to both clerics and angels. So it's a nice, tight deck. Lots of great things going on. A bunch of good angel action. Yeah, this should be an excellent way to spend our afternoon. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how this deck works. We're going to talk about what cards are in it. We're going to go and crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got today? We got... I love Authority of the Consuls. Creatures your opponents control enter tapped. That screws over haste and pretty much everything else. And whenever an opponent's creature enters, you gain a life. So suck it. This is an incredible card, especially one that synergizes off of life gain. We got Caves of the Uneaten. Whenever a creature enters, whenever you control enters, you gain life. So between these two, we're gaining life like crazy. Then we can actually, what is it? When you gain 5 life in a turn, you can sacrifice this thing to go play. You may cast this card for your graveyard till the end of the turn. Creatures. So for one turn, you can go play stuff out of the turn. So great. I don't know. I just like this is in here mostly for it's whenever a creature you control, you gain 1 life. Whenever a creature enters, you gain 1 life. So we're just gaining life by crazy from everything out the one end there. What is this guy? Whenever you gain life, you get a Popo counter on it. Whenever it dies, you put those counters onto another creature you control. So he starts passing it out. And he'll just gain life he'll gain Popo counters like nuts. Takes out pretty much anything. Target creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. Giada, whenever you put out an angel, it gets a Popo counter on it. Plus, you can also use her to as white mana for angel spells. And she's got flying and vigilance, means you can attack with her and then use her for mana after you attack with her. Shelter by Ghosts gives your guy ward 2 lifelink and +1/+0, and exiles a target non-land permanent opponent controls. And what we got? Aerith Gainsborough, lifelink. Whenever you gain life, put a Popo counter on her. Whenever she dies, you put X Popo counters on each legendary creature, where X is the number of Popo counters. So she just puts out a truckload of stuff on each legendary creature you control. How many legendary people do we got? We got Minwu, Rosa, and Giada, right? So she'll pass out to them, just whatever. So she's Nutsosaurus Rex. Enduring Innocence, lifelink. And then whenever I put out a creature of power 2 or less, you draw a card. And then if it dies, it just comes out as enchantment. It still allows you to draw a card whenever you put out a creature with power 2 or less. It's like half your guys. Half your guys are that way. So whatever. It's still good. Resplendent Angel. It's a flying 3/4. And then anytime at the beginning of each end step, if you gain 5 or more life to this turn, you create a 4/4 white angel with flying and vigilance. And if you got 6 mana, you give her +2/+2, and lifelink, which will make her into a 5/5, which means she becomes an auto-generating baby maker. Oh, Resplendent Angel is so fantastic. And we got lots of life gains, so she'll just be popping it out like crazy. And those guys are nuts, specifically if you got Giada out, because then they'll come out as 5/5s. And then all your other dudes will start popping off too because of that. I guess it's when you gain life. Some of these guys gain life, yeah, whenever they come in, so then they start popping off even more. What does Rosa do? At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a Popo counter on each target creature you control. It gains life link until the end of the turn. Oh, sweet googly moogly. Sweet googly moogly. Yeah, cleric, cleric, cleric. Here's an angel. Whenever you gain life, you put a Popo counter on this creature. Whenever you put one or more Popo counters on this card, you draw a card. It only triggers once per turn. So we got a little card draw right there. And Minwu, whenever you gain life, you put a Popo counter on each cleric you control. So yeah, they're just the Popo counters are going to go crazy. Just insane Asaurus Rex, as I like to say. This card, you can pick either Angel or Cleric, and that keeps them from being countered in case you're going up against one of the new counterspell decks that seem to be so popular. A little bit of red in here. I don't think we need it. I think originally this deck probably had the Angel where you could pump out the red to cause things to happen. But in this situation, we don't have it. You don't need this red one. Other than that, nice collection of lands otherwise. That's it. So what are we going to do? We're going to start off early, a little bit of control, just gaining life like crazy. They think they have to pump down on the Hinterland Sanctifier Essence Chandler. But once your Angels get established, they're just not going to be able to hold up against it. They need lots of removal, maybe a board wipe. You might want to hold things back if it looks like that's going to happen, because the dudes you will put out are going to be awesome, even in one or two out on the board. But other than that, just go at them. It's going to be fantastic. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Shouldered, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, playing against Breeding Pit 18. All right, life gain against life gain, huh? All right, let's start off with the nice authority of the Consuls. Get lost might be nice. Keep this little engine from engineing. I'll tell you, I'll Giada next. I'll keep the flying guys. It'll keep everything off me. Right, he doesn't have removal. He touched her. You want to know what she was all about? He touched her again. Yeah, there we go. The problem with that guy now is that if I attack him, he's going to push his dudes out. That's the worst one. All right, I'm going to shelter. Is that our point here? Get rid of the Essence Chandler. Still, Giada's holding it together. If he tries to come with the Hawk, Hawk will die. All right, we win. We outclassed them. Winner, winner. Victory dinner. I played against SilverMcFly. Red. Where is... Oh, I guess because we have an angel that likes to throw down the hammer. Keep... Nothing to do for one. I'll tell we'll keep this going like this. And we'll Giada. Spam blue. He didn't seem to have any instants in his hand. That was an interesting mix. We got an Exemplar if we want to. Alright, cool. What an Exemplar. There's the instant. Looks like he just pulled it. And no attacks. Not going to do any good against the Haughty Djinn. What do we need? We need 6 mana. We don't have enough to be able to activate it. Once again, you're going to go for a counter there, hippie? Alright, this one is what? Can't be counters. So next turn we can throw down Angel and that'll keep that off our back. We will up to 6 though. We can totally turn Resplendent Angel up to 100. All right, we're up to the full meal deal. Come on. Let it go, yo. It's my turn and it's time to attack. That's what you're trying to pin, huh? See, we got 6, so we could do both. Tango with my goat. All right, we're gonna start putting out bebes. You're not gonna like it. You got lots of mana, though. You're going to try to play against me again? Another one, huh? I mean, I can't do anything about it. That's 2 turns I've been burned out of at this point. How many more of those? I mean, you can have 2 more of the Eddie Mercs in there. That's it. I'm down to 15. I need to make some bebes. I don't care, man. Just let this go. I haven't seen that in such a long time. Here they go. Come on. Let it go. Let it go. There we are. And this will make the other babies be even better. You can't counter it. She's an angel. All right, she's gonna lay down, but she's all protected from your countering. We're gonna touch you in an icky way, and you're not gonna like it. I'll draw a card too. You're trying to figure out what's wrong. It's the land, man. There we are. Oh, 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 oh. Victory! I played against Mambolero. All right, we get out authority straight up. That's always great. He might just give up if he's playing red aggro. Oh, he's playing black wizards. Fine, we'll put out Giada. I just want to see what he's going to do before I waste my last Get Lost. Because this is just going to be one of many, is the problem. And again. My part is I can't get out anything with what I got right now. All right, let's go for the attack. This leaves us with one, but we do have a nice little defender, Giada. Still, I can't defend a whole lot. The life gain with Giada is going to help out a lot. We're still at 20. All right, in for the attack. Perfect. And Exemplar. Ooh, Angel looking good. They're lining up. I should probably throw out some Essence Channelers here so we can start the growth. Nice. I gotta kill Kuja, unfortunately. Looks a lot like that. We'll put out another Giada. Or we're just Giadaing up like crazy this turn. He's not going to do a whole lot as far as attacking is concerned. We're at 19, he's at 6. Whatever we're doing is working well. Doesn't. And I got to sacrifice creature. All right, it's Giada. I still got 6. You're not going to gain it. Yeah, it's Authority of the Consuls is what's totally rocking us right now. Alright, it's pulling me back down to what, 10? And we win! In your face, Charlie Brown, in your face. Victory! Alright, we're putting against Cosmic Potato. There's the life gain start. Non-creature, non-land. Giada says hello. Alright, we got a lot of lifelink, so that's our deal, is we're getting lifelink like crazy. More lifelink. You're the one who draws me cards, which is great. Let's just not kill. I need to get some more cards here. No, there's the other one. You want to give it up? We're not getting anywhere. This is just, his delay tactics are working great. I don't know what she does, but we gotta put her out. Ooh, Giada. Alright, we have nothing to discard. We can go after Liliana's butt on this next turn, hopefully. And it's all on Giada. He's going to have to sit there. Okay, he can take out Giada, but he's going to have to give up on the Deep Cavern Bat. But that's fine, because then that means that when he goes to sacrifice, I can get rid of the Deep Cavern Bat. Oh, we can do it even better this way. Let's just get rid of the bat. Pop that out. And we win! In your face, Cosmic Potato! Victory! Our playing against Hijiki-L.size. Alright, we're gonna turn off the tree folk. Those guys are moany little jerks. And we'll try to get out a Giada on our second turn. Alright, so Shelter by Ghost, get lost. We got great control. Technically, we gotta kind of get rid of Skrelv. Alright, should we just get rid of the things while we can? He can't tap it, can he? Yeah, he could do it with his own. His lifeblood. We'll just have to do it then. Well, let's see. Let's go in like this. It's fine. We'll do a little Exemplar, and then we'll start pinning things down the turn after that. Alright, good. We got another Giada to hold up. Where do you even fit in the mix there, Giada? So we got Skull Dweller, we gotta leave that guy alone. Skrelv's just gonna act as defense. He's probably gonna try to put out something better. We should probably get Lost or Shelter Ghost, the better guys. He's gonna go for a kill. Yep, that's too bad. Oh, he's too big, that's the problem. I don't have any poison on me. Too late, it's already blocked, man. Yeah, I saw you have your little scrub there. So I just lay him down at this point. Alright, no protection. No Death Touch. And all in. Alright, he doesn't really care about me gaining life because he's got poison on his side. Alright, he doesn't know he's not in a good position. You need to focus more on creature removal, and you don't seem to have it. And we win. Yeah, you were outmatched completely. Victory. All right, playing against fullmetal. That looks way too heavy to be swinging around. No Koki bow. All right, we're gonna play what we play. It looks like we're playing like a Lifegain deck. Up! You can start bouncing dudes back. You should just wait, man. You got better things to do. Alright, this will pump up the S's Chandler. You can go for a counterspell. I dislike playing against counterspell decks big time. This is where we're going to see the S's Chandler get bounced. We just got to just push through it. Yep, so there we go. All right, 18 more turns to go. Danger Muffin. Ooh, he gets to surveil. Ooh, it's great. He doesn't have enough mana. That's what his problem is. Apparently his mana's coming up. All right, I can lay somebody down. Let's do it. Resplendent Angel. Still got 2 mana. And we win. Yeah, this guy was just screwed over by the mana. All right, so we are with Lifegain Midrange. It was a great deck. It was a great deck. In that the win rate was 100%. Now, where I picked it up from, I picked it up and it said that it was supposed to be a 1% rate deck? 61 win rate? Yeah, for me, this thing was just laying people down left and right, like the Incredible Hulk at a open bar. Yeah, it was pretty incredible. It did very good. What was really nice is that you could see we had all of this like 2-drop life gain action going on, but then it went straight into Angel after that, Angel Tribal. And the weird guy is this guy, this Minwu, the white mage. It goes up against what, CLERICS? It puts things on. How many CLERICS? We got this one's a cleric, not a cleric. So there's a whole lot of, the early guys are all CLERICS. All right. So yeah, it's a weird like cleric life gain angel deck. Nice. It was nice thematically. It did a great job. It was kind of squishy. It was definitely interesting. There, I just gave the whole representative. Let's just get into it in a deeper detail then. Number one, who was the MVP? The MVP of this particular deck? It was Giada. Giada was definitely our MVP because she had so much value as being an early game drop, the ability to act as a mana source for essentially angel ramp, the fact that she put +1 counters on each angel that gets dropped out afterwards, and that she had flying, and that she had vigilance, and it just, I don't know, we had 3 of them, yet they seem to come out all the time. Giada was the MVP. I can say so honorable mention is going to go to Authority of the Consuls. This has been my MVP a ton. Man, a single drop, and this is just, people just don't feel like destroying it because it's just this stupid thing. But yet it's so devastating because all their stuff comes out tapped. It completely side rails haste. Nothing they put out will be usable till the turn after it comes out. And you gain life whenever it happens. Authority of the Consuls is so fantastic. So between Authority of the Consuls and Giada, this deck is just so incredibly lopsided. It just keeps them down. Everything after that is great. But those two are just completely punish. Like this one punishes your opponent, and this provides you with so much value. So anyways, Giada, you're going to go to Disneyland because you are today's MVP. Congratulations. All right, was this deck competitive? Like I said, I got 100% win rate. 100% with this deck. So, yeah, it was a good competitive deck. I took it. I played it on the ladder. I played it casually. It did great. I played against mono, so much mono blue today. It was stupid. I couldn't stand mono blue. Makes me reminds myself that we haven't had to play against mono blue counterspell decks for a while. But I think since the, we call it the rotation, but it was the banning, that people are starting to go back to some old faithfuls now that we don't have to worry about red aggro as much. So, yeah, mono blue's back, unfortunately, but this deck seemed to hold up against it. So congratulations. Yes, it's a competitive deck. Number 2, was this deck fun? Yeah, I mean, number 1, I love a good tribal deck. It's essentially like a cleric tribal deck and an angel tribal deck. The weird thing was when you take a look, you play at the deck, the clerics are a little on the light side. So it's not as many clerics as you would think. But there are, really Essence Chandler and Sanctifier seem to come out a bunch. We've got a bunch of angels coming out, right? Bunch of angels. Maybe that was just the draw. I don't know. But yeah, it's cleric tribal mixed tribal. So yeah, it was a fun deck to play. I liked it. I thought it was good things to go on. I thought the play style was nice. We've got lots of things at 2. That's probably what it is. They got 1 and 2. I had lots of things to play early. It didn't make me feel like I was waiting until turn 3 to play. I wasn't have to worry about control so much, but there was a decent amount of control in there between the Sheltered by Ghosts and the Get Lost. And of course, Authority of the Consul really is control because of the way it keeps teams down. It just isn't, it's not a permanent control. But for a single drop white that acts continuously while it's out, it is fantastic. Plus Cavern of Souls to keep the counterspells off your creatures. Yeah, absolutely. I'd put even 2 in here, just for 1 for Angels and 1 for CLERICS. All right, lastly, was this deck interesting? And absolutely. Why was it? Because we had a bunch of cool, interesting cards from Final Fantasy that I'd never seen before. Plus, it was Cleric Tribal and it was Angel Tribal. Plus, it was not just a low-end white Lifegain deck, but it was also a full-on Angel one that loved white Lifegain, and it was just going crazy with it. So the synergy was strong, but it was with new cards in an interesting way. It was mid-range. We had a nice way of going up. So yeah, absolutely, this was an interesting deck. All right, so let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Yeah. Was this deck interesting? Totes my goats. All right, so that makes this into an A+ deck. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I'd highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means.
All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.